Hey class, good morning. My name is Jarfrey Taylor. The question we were prompted to respond to today was what two governmental structures would be put into place to build better education for our kids? When identifying the structures of government presented in this video, I feel like the ones I would particularly use would be probably socializing new generations and raising money. And the reason being is because I think socializing new generations is very key to the advancement of any education. There are things that we learn now that, we didn't have the ability to learn, in past generations where our grandparents or our great grandparents or our mothers or fathers were pursuing education. So I definitely feel like socialization and the development of new strategies and new techniques are very, very, very key. Even starting as a youth, you know what I'm saying? When you socialize at its bare minimum, at the playground, things of that nature, you understand how to develop with people. You understand how to coexist with people. Small relationships, these kind of things are very instrumental when you talk about developing and promoting education. Not all things take money, but I think, that's the reason I kind of chose both points, socializing and raising money, because the socialization is the initial standpoint of any educational background, and it also takes place in every background of education. So I feel like, if you're socializing and you're understanding your environment, you start to curate as a person. Specifically, and I'll give a couple of examples, like in K through 12. I mean, early developmental skills, early problem solving skills, early relationship skills. These are things we take into professional careers, and creating the basis of this foundation, a proper basis of this foundation will, eventually give us a better chance in those careers. As far as higher learning and higher education, I feel like, it gives us more sense of a workplace readiness. Because younger, you're starting to develop who you want to be, what you want to do. But when you get into a higher learning, it's like, okay, I'm becoming this person. So it gives me a sense of value. It gives me a sense of worth. And it also gives me a desire to achieve specific goals once I get through whatever educational program I have desired to attain. So I think that's very big. And then, further after we get careers, it starts tying into the economy, the government structure, because now we are acting members of the society, and it starts to affect us on that level. So I feel like, socialization is definitely a key factor. But again, kind of to revisit a couple topics, like it takes money to create playgrounds to bring us together initially. It takes money to create elementary, middle, and high schools, as well as other learning institutions, higher learning institutions, or technical institutions. So to be honest, if I could conclude this video, I feel like that's why I would choose those two, is because they have to coexist with one another in order for you to have an effective strategy. And I do appreciate you guys watching this video, and thank you. Have a good morning.